All right, here we are. Hey, welcome to OCR Talkback. I am Larry OG, community manager of Overclock Remix. So right now I'm on the ocremix.org homepage. I've got a bunch of tabs open just to walk through some stuff, show off some things that are going on lately at ocremix.org. And if you're a fan of video game music, feel free to share this episode of Talkback with somebody else to kind of walk them through some basics about OC Remix. But I'm also going to talk about some things that are going on in the community right now. So some things to check out related to Overclock Remix, some things to check out with people in the community. Right now on the homepage, we've got the OCR album by Sebastian Frage, aka Arrows. A lot of people think it's Arrow Z because the Z is capitalized, but it's Arrows. So he's got a cello album called 7 Songs for 7 Saga. Do grab that at 7songs.ocremix.org, and it's a cello suite, 18 minutes, 7 tracks that arranges several themes from 7 Saga. Hey, who do we got on here? Boom. Hey, Flex Style. What up, bro?
You trying to do Talkback by yourself here, man?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm live. I'm talking about the site right now, bro. Well, what is it? Here, I'm gonna talk about a couple of things real quick, and then you and me will, chat. And, you can definitely weigh in on your commentary on some of the things. I don't know if you checked everything out that I'm gonna be talking about, but I'm in pimp mode a little bit. So
nice. I just tuned in here, so.
Oh, good. So 7 Songs for 7 Saga. Y'all can check that out. Again, 7 tracks. It's a cello suite. YouTube videos are available for everything on the album, as well as sheet music. And I love it. I mean, Seb is excellent at layering multiple live performances, so everything is performed live. The layout of the website is sweet. You can check out all the different videos, and the sheet music moves along to the tracks. So you absolutely need to grab this, even if you don't know 7 Saga. It's a relatively obscure Enix RPG back before Enix bought Square and became Square Enix. So yeah, but grab that. My personal favorite track is track 4, which I was at before, Sky. But all of them are excellent. People that are checking this album out are feeling it, and it's something unique to OCR having a live cello album. Seb's pretty deadly with both chiptune, and electronic stuff, and the cello. So this one is cello only, but be sure to grab that. And real quick, let's see, on the podcast side, Dark Sword and I were on the 1P versus 2P podcast this past week, talking about video game music, why it's awesome. We were explaining some stuff about how OC Remix functions. So check that out at 1P versus 2P.com. Grab that new episode. Let's see, Overclock Records. If you go to overclockrecords.com, there's several new releases up. Including Liper's new EP, The Moment That I Knew You. Do grab that album for sure. It just dropped, and you can stream the whole deal on SoundCloud. To check it out, see if you're digging it. Grab it for the $4.99. Jaron and Samantha are amazing. I love their stuff. I've been a big proponent of Liper from the beginning, and
every song of theirs is just pure gold.
Yeah, man. What's their genre, like chill wave or what have you? It's some good stuff, man. It's got a throwback sound.
Like modern synth wave is probably as close as anything.
Yeah. It's got a modern. It's a modern take on a retro sound, and I gotta say, so I was in a staff meeting at work on Friday. And I was paying attention to everything, but I had the first track on this album, Strange in LA, just like cycling over and over again in my head. It's infectious, It's a sweet, sweet track. It's a 6-track EP. You gotta get it. I'm loving it. So do grab that. Overclockrecords.com. And Liper's previous albums, check them all out. You can also get Heart Sink, which is one of the tracks off The Moment That I Knew You. You can get it as a single, and all the proceeds go to Lightbur on that to pay down some recent medical bills. But luckily, Jaron is doing well. This is just to kind of help him out, but he's doing a lot better. And I also recommend Think of Tomorrow, Jaron and Samantha's previous EP, and then Jaron's solo shot, You and I Could Rule the World from 2010. All good stuff. Check them out. All right, two last quick plugs. Actually, I'll plug that last only because it's like, a huge big deal. But okay, our fan-made, fan-run OC Remix radio station, Rainwave. You got to check it out. Rainwave has got so many different channels, OC Remix being one of them. But they've got a game. They've got an original game soundtrack channel, strictly a chiptune channel, which is original and game music chiptunes. They've got a cover channel of arrangements, and this is everything that doesn't fall that they've chosen to feature that doesn't fall into the OC Remix channel. And then there's an official OC Remix channel that has everything, laid out, everything from all the individual remixes, all the different albums that have come out as well. You can vote on them. Boo! No, I'm kidding. You can rank them if you want, and but there is a voting queue. So when you're logged in and when you're tuned in and listening to the what's on the stream, you can see what's been previously played and vote on those if you want to vote five on everything, and you can also vote on what's currently coming up. So right now, if you're looking right there, kind of hovering in the coming up area, but there are 3 songs that are chosen and that are up for grabs, and you can vote on which one you want. And depending on how the vote turns out, you decide what songs play next. You can use their search area and check out what's available on the channel from all the different artists of OC Remix. You can see everything that they've got. So I'm looking at A Rival right now. Plenty of stuff from Mega Man 2, Sonic 2.
Recently released a remix album for a Danny Baranowski soundtrack, basically.
Oh, sweet. Which one? Crypt of the Necrodancer? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, man, sweet, dude. Yeah.
So he's got like an entire remix album of that stuff. Like,
nice,
it's really tight, too.
Dude, A Rival's been, he's been at it for more than 15 years at this point. So, he's super excellent. All right. And then, also on Rainwave, you can select songs there to place them in your request queue. You can go ahead and visit all the individual links. You can, if you hear a song you like, you can click and grab the actual track from ocremix.org. Highly recommend it.
Oil Ocean.
Yeah, him and Wave
used to be one of my favorite mixes back in the day.
Oh, nice, man. That's crazy, man. We've been around too long if that's back in the day. But
years of OC Remix, right?
15 years, that's right. And so the last thing I'm going to plug is, which it doesn't even need plugging because the dollars are going up at a fast clip still, is the Kickstarter.
It's clearly not dollars. It's British pounds.
It's dollars. It'll all be converted to dollars. You're right. The pound sterling are going way up. Ukulele by Platonic Games, a Banjo-Kazooie spiritual successor. Music by David Wise, Grant Kirkhope, and Stephen Burke. All rare alumni. That is a very familiar looking logo. That's awesome. No, I mean, look at it. The graphics look amazing. I mean, for people that are waiting for, a Banjo-Kazooie sequel that feels, a lot more like the spirit of the original games, this is going to satisfy that need. If you back at the 70-pound level, you get the PC boxed deluxe edition, and that includes not only a physical copy of the game, but a copy of the soundtrack and a retro manual and art book. So again, that's the set. If you see me hovering over it, that's a 70-pound option. Grab it. The graphics look great. It's all X-Rare staff, pretty much, or all the driving force behind it is X-Rare staff. There, as you see, I'm scrolling down, and they've massively destroyed all the stretch goals. They're adding new stretch goals. They just killed their first added stretch goal at 1,100,000 pounds for which includes the N64 shader mode plus the GK rap. There's going to be a GK rap written by Grant Kirkhope, so that's great. That's absolutely brutal. He put out a really fun YouTube video Grant did on his channel with him playing some Banjo-Kazooie stuff on ukulele, so that was pretty fun. He's awesome, and him, David Wise, and Steve Burke, they're all phenomenal musicians. So definitely check it out. Lots of great rewards, everything like that. There's still a VIP thing for 5,000 pounds. You can go. You can be at a live concert in Germany featuring music from David Wise and Grant Kirkhope, and you get dinner with them and the Platonic staff as well. So that's, man. Are you going for that 5,000 pound VIP? Are you rolling in pounds, bro?
Dude, I don't even know how to make rent next month.
Come on, bro. Come on, dog. What are you gonna play the lottery, man? You don't win. You can't win if you don't play.
You can't lose if you don't play either. That's the thing.
Oh, what?
Everyone who doesn't win is a loser.
That's true.
Maths.
That's true. And if you watch like last week tonight with John Oliver, and he has a great segment on the lottery, and the perception is, oh, all that money goes toward education, right? So it's all for a good cause, and it doesn't. It goes
into people's pockets, and then they can bank.
Come on, dude. So anyway, but yeah, so that's what's going on in the world of OC Remix. We got Will Rock as well, so I'm gonna stop, screen sharing. So what is up, fellas? How are y'all doing on this wonderful Saturday night / Sunday morning, Will, where it's like 6 a.m. in merry old England? I know it's only like a 5-hour difference, but 6 a.m.
It's actually approaching 3 a.m. But
yeah. No, sounds good, man. How you feeling, Will? What's going on? What's new with you?
Working on music stuff, so.
Hey man, I saw your thread, a little ways back on kind of your artist dilemma on what you should do as far as, should you go with what the people know and love you for, or experiment? And I mean, where did you kind of fall with that? You're trying to make some dollars. I saw you said you got some commissions maybe, so you're feeling a little less stressed.
I mean, that's kind of where the question sort of stemmed from, because like the stuff that I'm working on at the moment is it's not the 80s butt rock that I'm known for. It's more orchestral stuff. And that's mostly what I've been asked to do from all these different commissions. And I'm sort of thinking, where is the point where you're sort of doing what you want to do as opposed to just doing it for the money? And obviously you just do it for the money if you're getting the money, but like, yeah. But, where's the point where you're sort of selling out, like...
You know what? Unless you're buying your mom a car or something like that, I don't think you could say you've sold out yet. So if you're just trying to put some dollars, or as Flex would say, some pounds. Since we're talking to Will Rock, we put some pounds in the pocket.
I'm probably stepping a little bit,
ahead of yourself.
Taking the leap, assuming it's a gigantic jump over to, Mars or something, but
Ferraris.
Yeah.
So like, are you now? I saw weeks ago when Tommy Tallarico was hopping around Europe for Video Games Live. He was like, oh I'm at the Lamborghini factory and stuff like that. Are you visiting the Lamborghini factory? Is that how we're rolling?
Nah.
Not yet.
I'm still at home doing it on my computer like a hermit. I'm sort of just
Are you allowed to talk a little bit about what commissions you have? Is it all like NDA'd or I mean like not the specifics?
No,
of the projects, but what do you got?
two of them haven't been. I haven't signed contracts for, but one of them that I have signed a contract for doesn't have an NDA on it, so I suppose I can talk about it. It's a flash game. No, a flash game. What are you talking about? Well, you're fucking bollocks. It's a mobile game. Not a flash game, a mobile game. And it's yeah, like I was saying before, he wants orchestral music, sort of like Soul Calibur, that sort of thing.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing these past few days or so. So just working on that.
Yeah, how the commissions, how the people that commissioned you, how'd they hear about you? Word of mouth?
It's all been different ways, actually. The one that I'm working on right now, I was actually referred to by a friend of Christina's, called TD Gary, is known as on Facebook. And he referred me for reasons unknown. But
you're a good guy. Like, what's the problem? I love it. I don't know. Whatever. I have no talent.
Then there was another one where they basically found me on YouTube and they were like, "Hey, would you score that game?" And I'm like, "Okay." Then there's that one.
Hey, brilliant. That's how YouTube's supposed to work. There you go.
The last one, that was just this guy on Facebook who he posts on my stuff sometimes, and he's asked me to make a track for him. So,
all right. Yeah. Facebook stalker, loving it.
Yep.
That's how you do it. Stalking the status updates.
If he's actually watching this,
I'm kidding. Oh my gosh. Anyway, sarcasm does even when you have you have my face, the audio, my tone of voice, sarcasm still fails on the internet. So I shouldn't have even done that. What am I doing? So
no, it's cool. Here,
what am I doing?
We all understand.
All right, cool, man. Yeah. Hey, Flex, man. Where do you fall on kind of the whole deal? With I don't know. Did you see Will's thread about kind of how you balance what you want to do versus what you're known for? Do you feel that kind of dilemma as an artist ever?
Well, I mean, kind of my benefit is I kind of pride myself on being flexible in what I can do. So
imagine that.
Everything.
Where do you get that name? Really?
Literally, that's where I got the name. Is to try to be flexible in the styles I create.
Nice, nice.
It's not.
I don't know.
My issue wasn't the fact that if you're a flexible artist, then that's great. But let's say, like for example, Flexstyle, you say you're a flexible artist. Generally, I would put your music into sort of the electronic category. So let's say you suddenly wanted to do like a I don't know. You have actually done that. You have formed that group, haven't you, with the vocalist and everything, and you've done that. That's pretty cool. That's a bit different. So let's say you did that.
I've done like a jazz, I've done like a 7/4 time jazz rap song once.
Yeah. And it's sort of like say you do that, and it's like it's your jam. You're loving it personally, and then you send it out to your fans. Let's say fans loosely, and they're sort of like, and they say, "Oh, we liked it when you did this. Do more of this. We want more of the old stuff." And and it's just like, I don't want to do the old stuff. I've done that. I want to move on. And everyone's going, "No, we must have chiptunes." It's sort of, and you get this pressure from all the people who you're trying to, that's sort of.
I guess for me, I've always built my brand on doing different stuff whenever I feel like it. So while I do have fans that love certain aspects of what I do, a lot of what they love is the fact that I can do so many different things at a higher level. So I'm kind of like the rare exception to this, like but I know what you mean. Like you can only do so many songs of one genre before you get bored and want to do something else and kind of push yourself. I say kind of my fix for that is take elements that I'm familiar with every time and use those, but always add at least one or two new elements to every track I do. I've kind of always been doing that, so that's kind of how I can keep myself interested and not get bored of the same genre over and over.
Yeah, and there may be kind of a false dichotomy in the sense of, okay, do what people are familiar with, retain all my fans versus explore and try something new. Oh, I'm shedding listeners, nobody's sticking around, and you know, you got to be careful with that because you know, it's kind of like OC Remix in a way. You can do stuff from like all Chrono Trigger or whatever, but you can do things that aren't as popular or aren't as known and nostalgic, and still have people that are coming to listen to everything. Now, again, when you're rolling on dubs and you make a chiptune track and you get $5 million or $50,000, something more modest or whatever, versus doing a banjo, because we're talking about ukulele. So a banjo ukulele, chip, I don't know, dubstep or something, and you get $500 or no dollars. I mean, it's all right. I mean, people stick around. I think if you've built yourself as somebody that, even if you explore different genres, you have consistency. I mean, you can get some, you can still get traction with what you're sending out to your fans. Like when people are checking it out. I mean, I think you should have some confidence, because it's kind of like Flex I was talking about. When you have like a personal brand. I mean, people know at this stage that when Will Rock puts out stuff, it should be pretty good. So, I mean, feel confident about the Will Rock name. You don't need 50 names. I mean, there's some people that do have 3 names, 2 names. I mean, you can still get popular with it, but
And there's Renard Queenston.
yeah, I mean, but why put the cart before the horse, and do 7 different names for 7 different genres when you can maybe build something up with the one name?
I mean, that thread that I actually made, it sort of I think it came off as a bit.
It took on a life of its own.
Well, it was sort of like I was just curious about what other people did when they found themselves in that situation, because that's sort of what I was finding myself, and everyone was sort of like saying, Will, you need to have more confidence in yourself, sort of like what you said there. And I didn't intend for such a sort of, all about me reaction to it. It was more about trying to see what generally other people did in that situation, and everyone was sort of taking that, what I'd said, and applied it to me because of the way I'd put it across, and it was kind of a bit of a failure of communication.
So what are you trying to get out of it ultimately? I mean, you were getting at it, which is how do people handle it? Do you feel like you got an answer? Do you feel like you got the information you needed?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. I mean, the one thing that I definitely seem to get was don't actually do different artist names. Just do everything as yourself, and your fans will appreciate that. So, you shouldn't like sort of have loads of different aliases for different styles, and try and sort of build sort of fan bases around, completely different fan bases around different projects. You should just keep it all under one label if you can. But other than that, I actually didn't. I mean, I need to look at it again. It was actually a few weeks ago now. I need to have another look.
Now that you're getting paid, you're like, I don't need to look at this thread. Forget it now. We don't need it now.
Oh, I don't know. I have a habit of overthinking things. So
we all do. We all do.
Yeah.
That's what life is about. Hey man, hold on. Let me just ask. Oh yeah, guys who are watching right now, if you have any questions that you want myself, Will Rock, or Flex Style to answer, and I don't know how long you're in for it, Will. We're not going to go too long or anything like that today, but hit us on the Twitter. Tweet at OC Remix with the hashtag OCR Talkback. That'll help us see the responses and everything like that. So I got 2 quick questions that are on there. Also, if you post on the YouTube video itself, we'll double check that. But ideally, post it on Twitter with hashtag OCR Talkback. So real quick, Hashel says, "Hi guys, I've heard you're working on a Final Fantasy IX album. Any way to have some news about it? The FF6 one was amazing."
That's a question from Mr. McCormick. Fishy.
Yes, it is a question of Fishy, another evil Bretonian. You know, I'm just making stuff up. I'm just making stuff up. Go ahead, Will.
Hasn't that album been like almost finished for the last 10 years?
Oh yeah, something like that.
It's just kind of languishing in development hell right now.
No,
But,
it's mostly done.
There is progress being made. I know that much.
Yeah, and the folks at Game Art HQ came out with some really awesome, artwork that's going to be part of the package. Some of it is posted in the Final Fantasy IX project thread on OC Remix, so go check that out. Some of that is available, but the release date, the 15th anniversary of it, I believe, is July 15th, something like that. It's in July. That looks like that's going to be the release month. We may even time it on the day of the 15th anniversary. It might be July 7th, so I'm going to check on the trusty old Wikipedia. July 7th, 2000. So, yeah, the 15th anniversary is July 7th. In my heart of hearts, that is going to be the release date of the album. That is actually what we're pushing for. And, by tying it to the anniversary, I think we can get more, awareness of it and whatnot. I think that'll be a great milestone and have the fans hyped. So we'll be promoting it in advance of that. But that is the plan, to roll it out to coincide with the 15th anniversary. So now another question for the remixers on the call, and not talentless hack Larry.
Toyota Disco.
Oh yeah, that was a good track. For no minutes of prep and singing on top of an original video game music piece and not making my own music. All right, so Cyber Skull, who is our boy and is the man and puts OC Remix entries on Music Brains like a boss. He's asking, which songs are harder to adapt, the really long ones or the really short ones? So, Will, you want to take that first?
That's a very, very good question.
Wait, I don't recall. Have you arranged any tracks that are particularly long, or like what would you even consider a long track versus a short one when it comes to video game music? Like 3 minutes, 4 minutes?
I don't really know. I mean, one question I have is because I suppose it's more about the length of the of the sources put together. So if you do like a collaboration, when you put that together, you could be remixing up to 4 minutes of material, as opposed to, let's say, a 40-second chip tune. But as a general rule, I don't really remix the longer tracks. I tend to go quite sort of short on my remixes. But I mean, the one thing that I do notice is that when I'm actually making the remix, the length of the source isn't necessarily an issue for me. It's more about the structure of the remix itself. And sometimes that means that I cut out a part of the source tune.
How dare you!
So that, yeah, I just probably cut out some of the source and screw that bit. I don't like that bit. I'll throw in this bit 2 minutes in. I probably go down that route, and probably end up being sort of a similar length. I don't know. Depends what the remix is, really.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Mike, Flexstyle?
I mean, I've done both. I've remixed a source from StarCraft 2 along with Your Daily Water. That got posted some time ago, and that source is a 9-minute source tune. We took a minute 30 or so of it and remixed just that section. And just arranged to fit, our vision of what this complete song should sound like, and it happened to be able to make a complete song using only 1 minute and 30 of the source material. And then, I've remixed really short songs too, especially with the new Super Cartography Bros album that's coming out soon. That was some very, very short themes there. And then another big one for me was Thump Brothers off the DKC3 album. That's 30 seconds of source maybe. And then both of those cases, I've managed to pull out 4-minute tracks. It just you can. The thing about arranging is if you can use a tiny bit of source material as long as you do enough variation on it as the song progresses, and that can be really, really fun. Start out with a really, really recognizable thing. By the time you're done, you might have mangled that source to so much arrangement that it's barely recognizable unless you'd heard it in the first part of the song.
Yeah.
That counts. That can be a really, really fun way to do a mix.
And so you've taken, when you mentioned with the StarCraft piece, it was originally like a 9-minute track, and y'all pared it down. You and Aaron pared it down to the sections that you kind of were focusing on. Is that usually kind of what happens? You're not going to take 9 minutes and stretch it to 15 necessarily.
Shoot, man, I could do an entire remix album off of just that first track from the StarCraft 2 OST.
Wow.
Just taking the different, essentially, movements from it and turning it into cohesive songs each by themselves. I actually want to do that someday, but I don't know if I can.
Hey man, you gotta get some of that. You gotta get some of that Blizzard money, man. Get paid.
Right.
Let them commission that one. Hey, we got Geoffrey Chaucer up on this.
How's it going, guys? Can you guys hear me?
Absolutely. You sound great, man. Hey, yo, you're coming in right at the perfect time for this question. You can definitely get in on this. So Cyberskull asked, which songs are harder to adapt, the really long ones or the really short ones? What's been your experience?
I'd say the really long ones. For me, the short ones are much easier because I like to, take just a short little melody and go, okay, here's what can I do with this? How can I stretch it out? But if you have a big long piece and it's I don't know, I feel like it's more to think about at every step of the way and more to keep track of and more to plan. A lot of the time, if I remix a really long piece, I'll end up not even using all of the melody from the original. I know I've got one track on OCR I did that with, but I forget which one. But yeah, I think short pieces are much easier to arrange.
All right, man. What is it? Oh, hey, this is an interesting question. Okay, so I don't know. Era Favane on YouTube. All right, he says, I have an odd question, so bear with me. I'm a huge music fan, but I have no music talent. Hey, look, it's Larry. I think Larry asked this question. Is that okay? Yeah, that's my new handle. No, I know how you feel, bro. He says, I just like listening to music. I would like to be able to talk about music more in depth, but I don't know how to learn something like that since I'm not interested in learning how to play or make music. I'd just like to be able to talk about my favorite music in more precise terms than kind of picking out which instrument is in a song and what genre of music a song is. Any idea? Thanks for all you guys do. You guys are all musicians, so you might be like, look, I'm sorry, bro. Look, that's a
music theory.
That's a B flat sharp
diminished
seventh.
It's a one sentence answer. Music theory,
doesn't have to be a whole lot of either.
The Teaching Company has a lecture series that you can get on CD about music theory that's got it's completely it's a course that you can just listen to in the car, and it's just a series of lectures with examples about music theory that would be a great place to start if you're willing to spend a little bit of money to gain a much more in-depth appreciation of the music you listen to. I would highly recommend that. But yeah, music theory in general. The more you understand music theory, the more you'll be able to just pick it out in the songs you're listening to. I feel like there's a big difference between being able to listen to a song and go, oh, this song sounds, this is very pretty and kind of sad sounding, and going, oh, this is very pretty and sad sounding, and he accomplished that by having this chord progression here, and then the lead doing, when you understand the details, it makes it more fun, I think.
There is one issue with that, potentially. He says that he doesn't want to learn instruments. Was that what he said?
He said he's not interested in learning how to make music or play an instrument.
That's fine.
Now,
a little bit
music theory is...
It's still usable even without an instrument in front of you. Especially if it's like Jeremy was saying, if it's something you can listen to in the car, you'll be able to hear the audio examples of what they're talking about. So, that's going to be probably the simplest way to do it.
Maybe. I just think that sort of music theory for me, particularly, is a means of, you can understand to an extent, sort of what's happening in the music, but a lot of it is. I feel like a lot of it is fueled from your own compositional process. Like,
and I'm not saying
maybe I'm talking out my ass, but
just like the very, very basics is going to be your level 1 music theory, and that's going to be enough to get
the circle of fifths. Come on, man, circle of fifths.
No,
I mean,
it's going. Yeah, they're gonna be. Oh, sorry, different circle.
Oh dear.
Oh my goodness, man. All right. Well, it seems like music theory is the answer to what Jeremy was talking about. If you go to thegreatcourses.com, you can look up the teaching companies understanding the fundamentals of music.
Yeah, that was it.
So by Professor Robert Greenberg, he's got a PhD in I assume music, but it may be massage. Who knows? Either way, he's got a PhD. So I trust what he says. I like how Drum Ultima on the Twitter goes, "Oh, music theory! I know this one. I know this one." So, yes, yo. I think Drum Ultima, he's got at least a master's in either music or massage.
Both.
Or both. Yeah, or both. He should tweet and clarify that because I'm not quite sure. But what
how
is
much does it cost to get a massage from Drum Ultima? I would pay money.
I don't know, man. But like I always say, Jeff Ball, he is the best standing back massage ever because he's a commercial fisherman, so he's got hands of stone. They're freaking. His hand muscles are ridiculous. Oh
Really?
my god!
Is that what he does? I did not know that about him.
Dude, yeah, man, that's what he does to get. I mean, he does both professionally, which is hilarious. So he's making that bank, violin and commercial fishing in Alaska. Yes, that's his family's business. So
music and massage, nice.
So yes, music and massage, and like I've said, it's so hilarious. Like seriously, just go on the Twitter and Jeff Ball Massage and just see who steps up and goes, yes, Jeff Ball Massage. Get it. He'll like hug you and then like massage your back and everything like that. And I'm like, oh, this is unbelievable. It's the highlight of my MagFest. And, I felt bad. I couldn't go to MagFest this past
Yeah, where the fuck were you this year?
Oh, man, I couldn't. I had a family emergency that came up, like literally kind of late night before I was about to leave for Mag, so I had to stay. And everything's cool now, but it's just, it was legit though, and I had to stay. And I'm like, and I didn't have a flight. Part of the reason I drive now is, it's so expensive to fly. So I'll drive for 10 hours and roll, with like my pro wrestling podcast and stuff like that, and just hit the road. And the drive to MagFest from Atlanta to the DC area is just driving up I-85 for 10 hours. It's so brainless. It's actually really awesome. So you don't need to like, in 50 miles, take the exit here and then go flow here. And so it's a super simple drive, and I love doing it. But it also affords me the flexibility to cancel if something comes up, and I'm not locked in with like a $200, $300 ticket. But
okay,
yeah,
sorry, quick ADD moment here. Holy shit, was that sound Will Rock typing? Do you actually type that fast?
What?
Like
I wasn't typing.
You looked over there to the side.
Was it flex typing?
Like you were typing.
Mike, were you typing?
I think what might have happened was I turned the phantom off on my microphone and then turned it back on because that was the fastest way I could mute myself quickly because my phone was going off.
I'm a plucked typer, so it absolutely wasn't me.
Okay.
I could type really fast.
It sounded like somebody typing in like insanely fast.
I'd be making some dollars if I could type, so I wish. And what's hilarious is when I was in maybe, I think it was the summer after 3rd grade, 4th grade, they had Mario Teaches Typing at the school I was at. So I was doing it, but it never clicked with me, man. I should just try and brute force it, like just force myself, ASDF, JKL, semicolon, whatever the heck, I don't know, and learn it, but I
actually took touch typing lessons, and I literally I literally learnt it one key at a time, and I built it up over about a year or so.
But you got it. You can type without looking down at the keyboard.
Yep.
Oh, I hate this, man.
When I was a kid, my mom and I would have like competitions. She would be, we use the same typing program, and my goal was always to be able to beat her. And I think I managed to pass her up at like age 10 or something like that.
She's smart. She's smart. That's right, though.
And she's not a slow typist either. She was a good 50 words a minute. So
right, you gotta.
But I had to beat her.
You gotta get primal with the competition. It's gladiatorial combat.
Mom beat me. How would I?
I think there's two extremely effective ways of learning to be able to know where everything is on the keyboard without looking. And the first is Mario teaches typing, and the second is StarCraft. You play enough StarCraft, right? You know where every key on that board is.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, mine was typing
with one hand.
Are you also typing? So do you learn touch typing by when you're talking smack to people, like, oh, my Protoss is gonna kill your whatever the frig whatever.
I used a lot of typing when I was doing like Quake 3 based games because there was no voice chat. You had to just like spit out communication as fast as you could and as effectively.
Yeah, because it stops your character moving, doesn't it? When you, yeah.
So first person shooters, you just like spit that paragraph out as fast as you can, and then get back to it.
Oh wow! Excellent.
Now, of course, nobody has to do it because voice chat is built in these days. Freaking darn kids in their Steam chat and back in my day and whatever.
I do love the old man talk. That's absolutely the.
Back in my day, we didn't have none of this fancy voice chat stuff. We just typed with our fingers.
And toes.
I'm waiting for what's that voice to text program like Dragon whatever the heck or oh man I don't remember what the hell. I'm waiting for a good transcription program. You know what I'm saying? Somebody tweet it whatever it is. Just so I don't obsess about it. Drum Ultimate replied. He goes, I have a bachelor's, master's, and an artist diploma in music or massage. I will massage you for a massage in return with a sad face. So basically, he's got to exchange massages. He's not that good. Maybe is the implication. Are any of y'all down with the massage Ultima?
Dude, shit, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
All right, man.
Any massage I can get.
That's true, man. I mean, you're pretty hard. You're a hardcore athlete. You know what I mean? You're a gymnast. Your game, you need like the cryogenic chamber, cool down and stuff, like all that, like the super millionaire pro athletes use that kind of stuff where they,
Boy, I wish we had that.
Yeah, we're using it for like 3 minutes.
Less hardcore and less in shape than I once was, but still in decent shape at least.
So let me ask real quick. So when you were, when you're doing like gymnastics and everything like that. I mean, do you do like ice baths or like what do you do after some pretty strenuous routines or workouts?
Not usually ice baths, just like ice packs. Sometimes like if my ankles are really sore, I'd like have a bucket of ice that I'd just stick it in for a while.
And like a healthy supply of splints or something. I don't know. Crutches.
I think over the year like you don't. I didn't usually just wear any sort of braces or splints by default, but anytime something got injured, I'd get a splint or a brace for it to use just as needed. And I think at this point, I've probably got a splint or brace for every joint on the body.
Wow. Like you have a
floating
closet.
Around somewhere.
You have like a closet full of just, braces and, crutches and all sorts of, slings. I broke my arm on the dismount. So.
Oh, it's great. It's great in that regard because of my 3 roommates, 2 of them are gymnasts and coaches themselves. The third is Haroon. So 2 of my roommates are gymnastics people. So anytime anybody gets injured in this house, there's we've always got crutches available and braces and splints and whatever you need.
Wow, man. That's pretty awesome, man. You're rooming with Haroon, too, man. I mean, the collabs y'all have been spitting out that, obviously with the long wait time in the OCR queue, which we're working on, by the way. Emunator and Chimpazilla just started, like, slaying stuff, so hopefully they'll keep that up.
Tracks this week.
Yeah, man, I've even been. Yeah, I've been judging some stuff, man. So it's been going good. But I mean, you guys with these collabs, y'all have been freaking killing it, man. Can you talk a little bit about? So you moved out to Cali. Can you talk a little bit about how everything came together as far as having Haroon as a regular collab partner? I mean, now y'all are roommates as well. How did this all come together?
Well, we actually the being roommates is what led to the frequent collaborations. I moved out here like 3 years ago, and then.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Let me just say real quick. For anybody that doesn't know who Haroon is, Haroon Paracha, aka FF Music DJ. So him and Geoffrey Chaucer. So for people that are like, oh, I need remixer names, like who, la la la. But Haroon is super old school. FF Music DJ's been, an institution, in the remix scene for forever, man.
Oh yeah. I've moved several, moved houses / apartments several different times since moving out here, and so one of the times, it was me and my 2 other coach friends ended up in a 4-bedroom house because that was the best deal we could find, and so I just put out a message on Facebook saying, hey, anybody looking for a room? And Haroon was looking to move at the time. He lived in LA then and was looking to move to somewhere more in the Bay Area. So he moved in, and it was actually not until like several months later that we actually got going on music. The first one we did was a Toe Jam and Earl one, which actually isn't on the site yet, though I think it's past the judges panel.
Yeah. Oh, it's not. It didn't even go to the judges panel. I think we heard it. I think I heard it. I think I was like, well, okay. It's over.
Yeah. So anyway, so that actually started out as a what Haroon's doing for work these days, and he's in the next room, and he's welcome to join for OCR Talkback if he likes. But anyway, so what he's doing for work these days is writing Reason plugins like distortion stuff, and yeah, it's OCR Talkback. You want to say hi to everybody? Hey
everybody, what's going on?
What's up, players? I can barely hear Haroon.
Hello.
Oh, there you go, man.
How's it going?
Yo, awesome, man. When are we gonna get some camera action? What's going on, man? People don't want to be seen. People want to be, heard and not seen. This is a video-based
show. I'm sorry, the camera is up my butt. It's hard to take it out.
Come on, guys. Where's the camera, man? You can't lose the camera. Even I have a camera, man. I don't know any tech.
See up my butt? Is that what you're trying to say? You want to see up my butt? Is that what?
What? Come on, guys.
That's the only place where the camera is.
If you can get
OCR Talkback with FF Music DJ.
How's it going, you guys?
No, man, it's going well. I was asking Jeremy kind of how the collaborations between you guys came together, and I know Jeremy was saying, oh, I haven't been doing music lately and everything like that. Obviously you've been doing more of that, but maybe not on the video game music arrangement side. I mean, y'all have been killing it, man. I can't wait to post all these collabs, man. How did all that come about, and what ideas have you got going? No, wait, Will Rock, you gotta go. No, wait a minute. Okay, Will Rock, come on, man.
Yeah.
Wait, Will Rock, what's going on, dude? Just say like.
No, I've just gotta go. Bedtime. It's like late, so.
What time is it in the UK?
It's 3:20 in the morning. So.
All right, dude. Yo, thanks for hanging in there, bro.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, bro. Yeah, we'll catch you next
guys.
time, man. Yeah.
Later.
All right. So Haroon, man, talk a little bit about what's been going on with these collabs.
Well, mostly it's Jeremy and I just getting together, and Jeremy recording stuff, and then I sort of helping out, and then Jeremy inputting more stuff in, and just a general collab going on, and we've been able to make these. I mostly wanted to do something different. I've been trying to do something different for so long, so this was like a nice little step in, for me, the right direction. I helped out with pretty much all the engineering. I've been doing stuff like that for like a while. I just don't help out, like you said. I don't do remixes, and so I figured why not. And it's been a lot of fun. I've been documenting everything. I've been taking pictures of all of our recordings, so that if we needed to record stuff, we could go back and all that sort of stuff. We're kind of excited. I'm just busy right now. I'm doing plugin work. I'm trying to create.
Oh
plugins.
yeah. Pimp that. I saw you
Yeah.
were posting some of the remixes you've been working on as kind of demos, illustrating what the plugins are capable
Can
of.
you guys hear me too?
Not. Oh, kind of now. I
I
think.
can't hear them at all, but hopefully they can hear.
No, we can hear you, Jeremy. Go ahead,
Yeah,
bro.
he can. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So anyway, the first mix we did was the Toe Jam one, which started out as just a demo for one of the plugins that Haroon was doing, and we just kind of built and expanded it and built and expanded, and and then it was a ton of fun. So then we did another, and that was me and Mario down by the schoolyard one, which got posted recently. That was like after we finished the Toe Jam one, we knocked out me and Mario in like a day, just because we were having so much fun, we wanted to do more.
Yeah.
And then we've got at least 3 or 4 more on the way.
Yeah, a couple more going, and mostly what I've been doing is I've been featuring my plugins into every single one of the songs and trying to use that as a means to sort of it's been I've had an incredible amount of like people checking out my plugins. Our music has had by the way, I don't know if I told you this, but we've had over 100,000 listens on our SoundCloud. Yeah, we've just had an insane amount of listens on our demo page because there's just a lot of people. Yeah, by the way, my plugins are on Reason. They're rack extensions. They pretty much work on all the Reason platforms that you can download.
Like if I Google it, or how do you get to it?
Yeah. If I started a company called That Music Company.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and so if you go to That Music Company, you'll find all the detail on my plugins, where to find it. You could actually download a free trial, and you could play around with it for 30 days. I have 3 plugins right now that I'm using. I made phasers. I made distortion plugins for his guitar. I made widening plugins. Some cool stuff that I've never actually been able to do.
By the way, any guitarist listening to this, which one was it? Mr. Overdrive or was it the other one?
Yeah, it was Mr. Overdrive.
His Mr. Overdrive plugin. If you want the most kick-ass blues tone that has just the right amount of grit and just responds to the playing dynamics, oh my god, you must check out his plugin. It's one of the best blues distortions I've ever played with.
Yeah, blues distortion. I pretty much made an incredible. We just sat together, made crazy amount of patches that we were going to use for our songs, and I ended up incorporating that into some of the plugin work, which was kind of fun. Basically, that's what we've been doing, is just making a shit ton of music.
Step out, I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, nice, bro. I will say, if you want to check out Haroon's stuff, go to thatmusiccompany.com. I see, lots of products there, man. Distort Chain, T2 Phaser, and Mr. Overdrive.
T2 Phaser is from Star Trek.
Yeah, sweet, man.
I don't think I'm gonna get. Yeah, I got away with that. Apparently, nobody's noticed it so far. Well, I mean, I've had a pretty interesting amount of sales for my plugins, and I kind of want to go into VSTs because I figure that's where all of my friends are that have been doing music. I'm just a Reason fan. I've been using Reason forever, and I pay my bills with it. So
yeah. Well, I guess there have been people upset about FL Studio 12. I'm not, I don't do anything. I don't know what the stuff is. But
what's up with it?
I have no idea. You got to check out the FL Studio 12 thread on OCR because apparently even Zircon was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to Cakewalk for a while or so. No, Ableton. Yeah.
Oh.
And I was like, wow, what the hell? Something's going on. Apparently they jacked something up or took out, I don't know. Flex, you want to talk about that, or I don't know, man?
Honestly, I'm not able to talk about that much because I'm still using FL11.
I
haven't downloaded the new one yet.
Right.
I'm actually in the middle of a music contract right now, so I don't want to change my workflow as I'm trying to pump out songs left and right.
That's a good way to go, actually. Keep with it, because I certainly, it's difficult to get this work going, and trying to get it to VST is going to be hard. I hope I could get into places where I can introduce it to you guys, you know, my plugins, that would be pretty sweet. I'm actually trying to do that right now, or these days, along with coming out with plugins. I've been looking at plugins like Ozone and you know, basically isotope plugins, and going, I wonder if I can make this. And I've basically been going around
Can
just
you do it for
recreating.
cheaper? Because if so, I'll buy it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm adding more adding more features. Also, I have like an excellent amount of feedback from the Reason community. I mean, it's not something I just make by myself. It's like something that is tailored to an insane amount of feedback. So there's a incredible amount of stuff you could do with my plugins. I just got to figure out how to do it on VST.
Hey, nice. Let me just throw to a question real quick, because this ties in nicely to what y'all are talking about. So you can just give some quick answers. So Gunther Rydell, I hope I'm saying that right. Gunther. He says, what programs do you use for making remixes? So I mean, obviously there are a lot out there, but what do you guys specifically use? Haroon, what you go first, dude?
I usually use Reason. I mostly use Reason to make all the melodies, all the music. I'm usually trying to master in SoundForge, and that is not a very normal thing. I've been using SoundForge like my entire career, so it's just one of those things I just know how to use. But yeah, usually I used to use Cubase, and I've been staying out of VSTs these days because there are too many. I don't know what to get. I really don't.
Yeah, man. Mike, man, Flex Style. What do you use, bro? You said FL Studio?
Yeah, I've been using FL Studio for all my remixes up until this point, although I am actually relearning Logic Pro 10 right now as well. And I mastered the entire Super Cartography Bros album in that. But I mean, I use FL Studio and Logic combined with various third-party plugins. I tend to use a lot of stuff from Native Instruments. I use the new synth from Xfer Records, or Crossover Records, Serum, which is a beast of a synth. I use a lot of stuff from ImageLine, like Harmor and Toxic Biohazard and stuff like that, as far as synthesizers go. And a lot of freebies, too. Like, there's a lot of great free VST plugins out there on the internet. And
yeah, how would people go about finding that kind of stuff? Like,
I mean, the KVR audio database is the most comprehensive way to go about it. I actually have a little list of my favorites on my website, believe it or not.
FlexStyleMusic.com.
FlexStyleMusic.com. There's a link in the sidebar somewhere that should have like a resources page or something like that.
All right, all right.
It's got some of my favorites there.
Nice, man.
Although I need to update that soon, I'm redesigning that website soon, so hopefully that can get properly set up there. Yeah, I mean, and then just do like, Music Radar releases a list of the best free plugins every year, in their estimation.
Who does?
Music Radar. They're an
okay.
offshoot of Computer Music Magazine. And speaking of Computer Music Magazine, they always have good recommendations on freebies, and they include, with every issue, you buy it for whatever it is you buy it for on the newsstand, and you get access to, like 30 or 40 different, high-quality plugins. Oftentimes it's like a slightly pared-down version of a big developer synth of some sort, or something that's been developed exclusively for CM. And honestly, like, with what they include these days, you could be set for, a couple of years without figuring out every sound you could make.
Sweet, man. That's tight, man. Hey, is Jeremy back there? I don't know if he...
Yeah, I'm back.
Hey, cool, man. Oh, just wanted to get you in on this question real quick that Gunther Riddell had. What programs do you use for making remixes?
Okay, I have several answers to that. Lately, Haroon's been handling all the recording and production, so I don't really use any programs. I use my guitar, and he does all the software stuff.
And I usually use just Reason, so basically, I just use Reason. I don't use... I have, what is it called? What's that free software?
Reaper?
Reaper, yeah. It's not free, but I have a full copy of Reaper, and we try to use that sometimes, but I'd rather use Cubase, but I don't really like the new Cubase, so I don't really know where else to go. Unfortunately.
All right.
But anyway, so that's what I'm doing these days. In the past, I used like for all of my mixes on the site, other than me and Mario down by the schoolyard, which is the only one on the site right now that I've made with Haroon, though there's 4 more on the way. With all of my past remixes, it's been either Reaper or Sonar.
Okay, nice, dude. Hey, by the way, now that Tosser's back, Drum Ultima said, Tosser, I will gladly rub your muscles. So this is awesome. This is great, man. But like I said, Jeff Ball is the king. Jeff Ball is the legend. Get the massage from Jeff Ball. Like I said, I mean, dude, his standing massage.
You missed the earlier conversation. Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry, Haroon missed the earlier conversation.
Oh, okay, yeah, Haroon. Okay, yeah,
Haroon was what we're talking about.
Wait, Haroon, have you? I mean, well, so have you? You've never gotten like a back massage or anything from Jeff Ball?
Oh my lord! What? No.
What? Oh, dude, you haven't lived. Are you? What, bro? Okay, listen. So we were sitting, and this is dead serious. Like for anybody, if you go to MagFest, because Jeff is usually at MagFest every year, and if you're in, Cali or Alaska, depending on where he's dividing his time, definitely meet up with Jeff Ball. Like he should charge money. Swear to God. So like, dude, he'll like hug you, right? And then like he'll do like a standing back massage, and again, he literally his other job, right? Because he does violin and he does for game soundtracks and stuff like that. And he's also a commercial fisherman, which is what his family does. So he'll spend part of the time in Alaska doing commercial fishing, and his hand strength is just ungodly. He's got like he's got like friggin' the skin on his hands, like it's like a sausage casing, bro. Like his hands are so freaking muscly and just like unbelievable. His hand strength is unreal, and like he gives the best massage.
Straight?
Dude, I'm telling you, man, this is the gospel truth, bro. He's the man.
Awesome.
He's the man, I swear. So yeah, I mean, you'll be like, I should have charged. Like, I'll pay you money, bro. This is amazing. So do this. And other people will tell you this is legend, man. He is the man. So get that. So we're having fun with Drum Ultima, like, okay, get the massage, but Jeff Ball is the king. He should be called Jeff Ball, King of Massage. He should write that. He should put that on his business cards. All right.
Yeah,
I
that'll
just
get
tagged him on Twitter just now.
Wait, what? You said what, Mike? You put that on Twitter?
I just tagged him on Twitter right now.
That's great, man.
OCR Talkback, in which we discuss at Jeff That Noise's legendary hands and massage ability, apparently.
Absolutely, he's the king. So yeah, other people will co-sign on this. All right, so I got a question on YouTube from who we got it from? Julius Johnson, aka Player Zero. So his question is, he says, played piano as a kid and played trumpet from 4th grade through graduating college. I know some music theory, classically trained, but I have no idea where to start to compose remixes. I messed around in sequencers a few years ago, but applying what I know about chords and stuff doesn't seem to translate into good sounding music. Any tips? Wow, anybody want to? I know nothing. Anybody want to take that one?
I mean, we should hear back from everybody on this because I suspect everybody's going to have a different answer. But anyway, I have no formal training in music theory. All of it is stuff that I've sort of taught myself, and I've picked up a music theory textbook once or twice, and so like if you told me play an A chord, I would know what you're talking about. But I don't have any formal training. But I kind of learned it in the process of learning to play and to remix. As far as getting from just being able to play an instrument to being able to remix, the best thing to do is just keep messing around in sequencers. Like, start with just really simple stuff. Like, say, record a solo piano arrangement, or actually, shit. I guess you need an expensive MIDI keyboard for that. If you have a MIDI keyboard already at hand, plug it in and record come up with some piano arrangement, just solo piano, and record that, just so you can learn to use the software. And then you can maybe try later doing an arrangement for a piano plus light percussion, or add in a bass, and just little by little learn to do more and more with the program. But just any program works, whether it's Reaper or Sonar or Cubase or Reason or Fruity Loops or whatever. Yeah, or Pro Tools or whatever. Just don't tell Sixto you're using Pro Tools. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, though, I mean, if you're going to be making music through computer, you're going to need a MIDI keyboard, basically. I mean, unless you're doing all point click, which some people absolutely do, but MIDI keyboard, wow, man.
Okay. Having a MIDI keyboard definitely makes it easier, but there's a lot of really great remixers who just point and click everything. Like Andy just point and clicked everything for a very long time.
Yeah.
Ari, I believe, has always just point and clicked everything. I think Jimmy did a lot of his early stuff point and click, but I might be wrong about that.
Ari being Protricity, Jimmy being Big Giant Circles, for those of you just joining us here.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, that's all good.
Anyway, so the best way to learn to remix is to just keep screwing around in your program of choice. And no matter what program you use, it's going to be frustrating at first, but just start simple and learn to use more and more of the features. Zircon did some really, really great tutorials a while back. Those are still somewhere on the forums, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and I mean, you can go to his YouTube. He's got some good tutorials there, and he's got some more extensive ones. Like if you go to zirconmusic.com, he's got some links to those. I think those are ones where you pay to get the access to those, but there's some very extensive tutorials. So.
Oh, and one more thing I want to add. I remember when I was just getting into it, like I always found it frustrating that every tutorial I found seemed to be in an effort to be able to cater to many, many different styles of production. They all seemed just vague enough that they didn't give you the specifics. There is a reason for that. Like it's frustrating when you're just getting into it, but there is a reason for that. It's because literally everybody does it completely differently. Like I've seen, I've sat and watched Andy work. I've sat and watched Haroon work. I've watched Ben Briggs work on stream, and you wouldn't even know they were all doing the same thing. Like you wouldn't know if you didn't know all of them were remixing. You wouldn't be able to tell just from watching that there was any similarity, because the process is so different for everybody, and it depends on what gear you're using. It depends on it depends on your sound card. It depends on your gear. It depends on your software. It depends on what sort of workflow you like. It depends on whether you're using rack modules or all software, or it is so different for every single person. So don't look for something that specifically tells you what to do.
You won't find it.
Yeah, you're better off learning to find a way that's comfortable for yourself. And I know that's frustrating as hell to hear, because I'm not giving you any specific place to start, but you have to learn a way that works for you, because you don't want to do it in the way that works for somebody else. Because even if you want to do the same style of music as, say, Zircon, even if you are specifically setting out to sound like Zircon, doing it the way Zircon does it is not going to work for you, most likely. It's going to be so stylistically different for everybody.
Yeah. All right, cool, man. Hey, Mike, anything to add to that real quick?
Sure. I'll just kind of, go with how I've been arranging music lately, which is I tend to kind of lay the song out and then choose for myself, okay, I'm going to take this section of notes, and that's going to be my verse. I'm going to take this section of notes, and that's going to be my chorus. I'm going to take this section of notes, and that's going to be my bridge. Okay, so how can I make variations on those so it fits, so that it sounds like something that's new, but still is recognizable as that theme?
That's so funny. I do it way differently, by the way.
Yeah, this is just kind of my quick and dirty. Like I'm having to pump out remixes really quickly these days, but that's kind of how I do it. Is I just find, honestly, these days I'm taking MIDI files and starting off of those, because thankfully the games I'm doing are all been MIDI'd to death at this point. But that's how I approach any given song. Is I just say, okay, I like this section of the song and I like this section of the song, and how can I flip these around or just take this part of the song and turn it into, you still recognize that it's that melody, but oh, it's been used in the way that you weren't expecting over here. What is going to be my lead? What's going to be used as my bass line? Or am I going to even use a bass line from the song? I'll just like write my own, because I can just make a basic chord progression, slap the melody on top of that, and boom, you've got a remix right there, basically. So there's a bunch of different ways you can do it. A bit of a plug time here. I stream at twitch.tv/flexstyle 5 days a week now, and you'll see me remixing. So if you want to kind of follow along and see how I do it personally, you're welcome to do that. Like Jeremy said, everyone does it differently, but just kind of I approach it just from the very, very basic building blocks of what is this song made out of? How can I change it to where it's still recognizable but it's not the same thing? And how can I wrap all that in a package that makes it a cohesive song by itself, whether or not people recognize that it's from a video game? Will it be a good song by itself?
Yeah. So Haroon, you were going to get in on that. What's your take on all this?
Well, like earlier we were mentioning different software, and I did want to mention that, yeah, when you're using different software, you're really just looking for things that you can do that might be similar. Like for instance, the first thing I do with new music software is I figure out, okay, where are the mixers? Okay, can I add effects to the mixers? Okay, where are the tracks, audio tracks? And once I get a basic gist of what's going on, that's what you're supposed to be doing with these programs. Is you're just supposed to find out how what the basic outline of the program is, what it's allowing you to do, and once you realize that, you can pretty much use any program. And the way I've always been remixing is basically I mostly try to take the melody and try to change the bass line. Or try to change it to a different key. I think that way it kind of, if you really know the melody that you're remixing, it can sort of help you in sort of, moving the melody a couple of semitones up or down, because you know the melody better than other things. You might be able to do that. You might be able to do that on a program, I don't know, but yeah, what I was basically going to say is, yeah, I don't think about it like verse and chorus or anything like that. I think mostly about the genre, because there was actually a really nice TED Talk. I forgot who did it, but it was basically a TED Talk about when you make music, who's your audience? Who are you trying to sort of make music for? Is it going to be played on the headphones? Is it going to be live? I think those are very interesting questions when you start making music, and that's where I usually go with. I usually I like following oh, there's a different style of genre that's out that's called what's the one that I've been doing recently? It's called Future Wave.
I was going to say, I really like that you didn't know the name. I mean that in all sincerity, where it's just more like...
There's so many different ones now. There's the one with dolphins. Do you know the one with dolphins? That there has to be a dolphin in the song.
What?
Yeah.
Dolphin wave or whatever.
Or yeah, something punk. I forgot what dolphin. There has to be a dolphin in one of them. I don't know. I like rules like that, and then I go, okay, how can I take this rule?
It's C-punk.
It's not C-punk or so. Yeah. So okay, you got C-punk. I was trying to do something like that for a while, and then I was like, oh God, no, I don't think I could do music in this. These days, I've been doing Jersey Club. And I don't think you guys want to hear Jersey Club. It's very rated R. It's basically taking sounds of sex and turning it into music.
Nah, hey, sex punk or whatever. I'm probably wrong about C-punk, but I saw something with a dolphin on it, but I was like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
But that's
how about
something.
new?
Yeah.
No, man, that's Jesus.
You got to pick your genre. That's all I'm trying to say. And
yeah.
I think if you go from there, you'll have a lot more fun. And you'll know what you're doing, because a lot of times people They don't know. They're just like, I want to add a guitar and I want to do this and that, and then that's it. You know, picking a genre really helps.
Yeah. No, but and like I said, I meant that in all sincerity. I like that you're more focused on being productive making music than knowing how to classify it. I think that's really badass. Jeff Ball mentioned, he said in reply to Flexstyle and I about the massages, he said, some people get ahead by stabbing people in the back. I give back rubs. Way better. And yes, Jeff is the king. Just sign yourself up. You're in California, y'all. Y'all need to make an appointment. Just say when, can I book you? What's up? We'll collab later, but give me the massage first or whatever. Get that. He's the man. Let me see here. We have 2 more quick questions, and we'll wrap it up. Admiral Fatty says, if you could create a remix album of any game ever and have it be perfect, what would you pick, and why is it Yoshi's Island? It's not Yoshi's Island. What? Come on, dude. I would say Streets of Rage 1. Boom.
Okay, sorry. Can you repeat the question?
Sure. Admiral Fatty says, if you could create a remix album of any game ever and have it be perfect, what would you pick, and why is it Yoshi's Island?
Okay, I got an answer to that question. Well, it's not Yoshi's Island would probably have been my second choice. In fact, little known fact, back when Brad and I were doing the Radical Dreamers project, we discussed for a while we were going to do either Yoshi's Island or Radical Dreamers, and we ended up going with Radical Dreamers. Anyway, but if I were to do a remix album for any game, it would be Trolls for MS-DOS. That game has the most awesome soundtrack.
What?
I have to say that I've listened to music from that game, and it's pretty amazing.
Wait, you're far away, Haroon. You said, but I heard that. You said you've listened to the music and it was amazing.
Yeah, because I made him, because I force-fed it to him.
Unbelievable.
Okay, no, seriously, even if you just look up the main theme on YouTube, like the title sequence theme, it's like the game was just this, kind of, mediocre platformer from the DOS era, but the soundtrack was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Like, we're talking Cheetah Men level amazing.
Yeah, soundtrack. Cheetah Men. All right, now I'm with you.
Like just go on YouTube and pull up the opening title thing and listen to it, and you'll see what I mean. And the entire soundtrack is that good.
Are there that many tracks? Is it like a full soundtrack, like 10 or 12 pieces, or is it, super quick?
There's no actual soundtrack rip that I can find anywhere. Like, the only way, if you want to hear all the music, the only way to do so that I've been able to find is to download DOSBox and download the game and play it, and get to real areas.
What? Come on.
But what music you'll be able to find on YouTube is really, really good.
Who's the composer, man? Like, what?
I don't even know. I haven't been able to find that out.
This is hilarious. This is probably somewhere. That's
seriously, just pull it up right now. I can even pull up. Okay, I'll find it and post a link in the chat.
Like Trolls, the actual Troll dolls. This was a game based on the Troll dolls. You've got to be kidding me, man. That's unbelievable.
Okay, I've got a link.
You're blowing my mind here. I didn't even think about that. Apparently, the composer is Philip Nixon, at least for the Amiga. No, Adam Gilmore. Adam Gilmore for DOS.
Okay, click that link I just posted in the chat. It's actually really good, and you'll see exactly what I read.
Here, I'm not gonna listen to it right this. Actually, hold on, I'll check it out. This is so tinny. I love it. All right. Wow, bro. I'm waiting for it. Anybody that also wants to look up this video, just Google, or on YouTube, but just search Trolls Intro DOS. There is a bear and it's walking on 2 feet, and there's a.
What even?
I love it.
Isn't that groove great?
This is like not the music I'd expect for this intro, which is
exactly.
hilarious. And the doll, it looks mega freaky. Okay, now it woke up. I feel like I'm watching Child's Play. This doll is mega freaky. I feel like the doll's gonna kill me. This is unbelievable. There's got to be a playthrough of this game somewhere. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch this. Flare Team presents. Oh, and it just loops.
But the music loops as well, but it doesn't sync with the actual cutscene. No, that's what's so great.
Dude, this is awesome. I literally can't tell what the story is. I mean, because they show the bear walking, right? And so I was looking again, like, oh, is a troll on the shelf or something?
I've played through the whole game, and I don't know what the story is.
Yeah,
it never gets any clearer.
That's hilarious, and I really like though. So it's very much like kind of how Tim Fallon talked a lot about it, his career, where the music he made no effort to make it fit the like kind of the scenery and mood of the game. He's just like, I just wanted to do cool stuff, and that probably hurt my career, but I don't care. Like that was my approach at the time, and I feel like this Trolls track is much in the same vein. So at least this introductory track, I will definitely check out more of this, man. That's pretty cool. What is it? Hey, is Haroon still there? Like, does he have an answer to this question?
You want to answer it? Sure. Okay, let me pass it.
I'll answer it after Haroon's done.
Yeah. What was the question was about?
If you could create a remix album of any game ever and have it be perfect, what would you pick?
Remix, video game remix album of any game.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't say Final Fantasy VII because it already exists.
Darn it! Why not?
Wow.
Why not?
Especially that FFB DJ track on there. I mean, that's pure perfection on that, on that remix album.
Honestly, there are a lot of really good games out these past couple of years. I honestly don't know what I would pick because there's just so many good stuff out there. Have you guys played Ori and the Blind Forest?
No, but it's got good music.
Holy cow! Yes.
I heard Garrett's interview on Top Score with Emily Reese talking about it. It was a sweet interview. People should check out Top Score on NPR. M is in Minnesota Public Radio. So yeah, good. But it's a sweet soundtrack for sure.
Yeah, that's a game that I've recently been playing over and over and over again. I don't know why. And the soundtrack is just so simple, very melodic, very easy to like pick up the main melody and sort of remix. I would probably pick that. I mean, geez, I would probably pick Final Fantasy VII, but dang it, if I can't pick Final Fantasy VII, I'll probably pick Ori and the Blind Forest.
Nice, man. Hey, those are both great picks. I finally remembered to use my lower third, by the way. That's hilarious because Mike did it. So I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. We can tell people who we are. That's all good. What were you about to say, Haroon?
Oh, I was just going to say that it's always good to remix something that's already been done just so you can... I know that it's not like you want to hear somebody say, yeah, beat the dead horse even further. No, but if there's a game that you really like, I think you should totally remix it over again. Especially like it doesn't have to be the entire remix album. I mean, I've been thinking a lot about doing Final Fantasy VI and Final Fantasy VII remix albums that don't necessarily pertain to doing the entire album. Just something that Squaresoft used to do before Squaresoft turned to Square Enix. Remember when Squaresoft used to do remix albums?
Oh yeah, I mean they still do them.
Do they really?
I mean it doesn't feel like they're as known or as frequent, but they still do some.
Well, I would probably, recreate something along the lines of just picking out a genre that I like and then picking out music from, one of my favorite games and stuff like that. Yeah, I would probably go with Ori or Final Fantasy VII.
Or combine them. Mike, Flexstyle, man, what do you got? The perfect remix album of any game, what would it be, bro?
It'd probably be either StarCraft 2 or one of the new Rayman games, either Origins or Legends or both.
Mike, you play StarCraft? Because if so, we need to play sometime.
I play StarCraft very badly, and I haven't played for a while, but I'm totally down to play at some point.
Okay.
Oh, dude, that's
The
badass.
StarCraft 2 soundtrack is probably my favorite game soundtrack of all time. It is
Really?
brilliant. Mm-hmm.
Really? I don't know if I'd go that far, but it is a pretty good soundtrack.
You just picked Trolls, homeboy! You just picked Trolls as, like, the
Okay,
most-
but I didn't say it was
favorite.
the best soundtract of all time.
I
Just
know,
that
I
would
know,
do
I
a
know,
project.
I'm not going to say it's the best. I'm just
I
saying
think it's
my
the
favorite.
most underappreciated soundtrack
There you go.
that I'm aware of.
There you go.
And then, I mean, the Rayman Origins and Legends is just brilliant. You know, it fits the aesthetic so well, and I'd love to see what can be done with that too.
Hey, sweet, man. That's pretty badass. All right, cool, yo. Well, we're going to be wrapping it up. We're just going to get through some final plugs and, just go around the horn and see what people want to plug as far as either cool stuff, doesn't have to be your own, but just something cool on the web or music or products you got out. We'll hit Haroon first. Haroon, man, what do you got to plug? Thatmusiccompany.com. Anything else, with that, plug that too if you want.
This is your chance to plug or advertise or whatever.
Yeah, man.
Plug? How do you want me to plug this? Like,
Just
Say what it is. And
Plugins, your website, all that shit.
what do you want to plug?
my website, That Music Company. I make Reason plugins. Great plugins, awesome overdrive effects, phaser effects, great stuff. I'm coming out with new stuff all the time. If you use Reason, you should probably check it out. You can get a free demo and have some fun making music.
And if you want the best damn blues guitar distortion you have ever heard, get Mr. Overdrive.
Mr. Overdrive, there you go. You heard it from Chaucer right there.
Give me a VST version, and I totally will.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it's in production. So
Nice. It's in the works.
yeah, absolutely.
Hey, there you go. Jeremy, man, what do you got? Geoffrey Chaucer.
I guess I don't really have anything to plug right now.
Plug more of my stuff.
Okay. Just rewind and re-listen to Haroon's plug again.
Well, it doesn't have to be your stuff, like anything that's hot on Netflix, or you're like, yo, check this out, or anything, music, anybody else's music, just something that you're digging that you think people should check out.
Let's see.
He's got nothing. He's
I'm
not
digging.
a recommendation machine.
Lately I've really been grooving on the Bastion soundtrack.
Oh, there you go.
By Darren
Yes. That is
Great-
also
it's a
my top
great
5
soundtrack.
favorites right there. And the guy behind me will tell you the same thing. Bastion soundtrack, Sam?
Oh,
Yes.
Transistor soundtrack, Bastard
Oh,
soundtrack.
hold on, I got the physical transistor. Hold on, I'm gonna get it. Hold on.
Oh, what? You got the physical transistor OST?
I had the physical Bastion one signed by Darren Korb, but my car got broken into, and that was one of the things that got stolen.
You did a vinyl run for that one.
I
You did a vinyl run for that one.
was gonna say I got that bad boy. I got that at PAX, right from
Oh, it's
Darren at the
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
So and I've got and I bought the Bastion one. Again when
dude.
from Supergiant Games. So it, man. Transistor baby. That's how we do it. So gotta support the artist, man. Gotta get that stuff.
Yeah,
when
man.
you get the physical. I cop that physical. So
Oh, I also just recently, so the Journey soundtrack on vinyl just recently.
Were you
went-
able
that
to
was a
get
limited
one?
edition. Yes.
Oh,
It
you
sold out in
magnificent
15
bastard.
minutes. I fucking got it in those 15 minutes. I got it in pre-order.
Oh wow! What a you should have opened with that. You should have just been like, "I'm Jeremy Waters. I got one of the Journey vinyls. What now?"
Yep.
Wow. Is it
Yep.
was it true there were only 50 of the vinyls, or like?
I
how many
don't know how
vinyls
many
were
there were, but I know they sold out in 15 minutes. However many there were.
I could be wrong
Sweet.
about that.
And
I
that was
could-
still just on pre-order. Like they haven't actually sent them out yet.
Oh my goodness, man! That's unbelievable.
But yeah, I don't even have a record player. I'm just gonna like get a frame for it and put it up on the wall or something.
That's hilarious. That's honestly, that's literally the only reason why I don't get vinyls, because I don't have anything to play it on. But I mean, I completely get why fans mark out for vinyls, because I mean that's so cool. So you're gonna get a player. Or are you
Well,
going to
yeah.
leave it sealed up and, you know?
Haroon, I mean, no, we're gonna, I'm gonna open it up. Haroon was talking about getting a player and just holding a listening party, and that will be the only time it ever gets played, and then we put it back in its case and frame it.
Awesome, man. So, yeah, well, I mean, you guys are out in Cali, just hang with Austin Wintery, get him to sign it or whatever, hit, attend something he's at or whatever, get him to sign that
Wait,
bad boy.
is Austin in NorCal? I thought he was around like LA or something.
Oh, he's probably in LA. You got to drive out, man.
I know Christopher Tin is also down in LA. Yeah, functionally, NorCal and SoCal are two different states.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
on the map they look like one, but they're functionally two different states. And
Yes.
LA, where Chris Tin and Austin Wintery and a few other people are, is actually like 9 hours away from
Yeah,
me.
it's a foreign country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Audio-Technica AT-LP60 is a very reasonably priced record player that sounds fantastic for the price.
Can you type that for me so I can
Type it, link
Yes.
it up.
send me a link or something?
And say that one more time, just for people that didn't quite catch that.
Sure. What I have on my shelf over here is the Audio-Technica AT-LP60.
Okay.
I think I picked it up for like $80 off of Woot.com when they were having a sale. So, and I've got a small but precious vinyl collection right now that I utilize it for quite a lot.
Nice. Well, I know, like, for example, Mega Ran is big on vinyls and stuff like that. He's put out a decent clip of his stuff on there. It's it's sweet. People love it, man. People absolutely love it. So, man, I can't believe you got one of the sold out Journey vinyls. That's insane.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm so excited.
That's great, Well, congrats on that. That's pretty
Thank
sweet, man. Mike, anything you want to plug, homeboy?
Yeah, it's actually right here in my little lower bit here. My Twitch channel. I am streaming 5 days a week on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/flexstyle. I am streaming at least once a day, 5 days a week. Just kind of the creation of this music project I'm involved in right now. I'm kind of running a GoFundMe campaign that's linked in that on that website.
Get that Patreon yet, bruh?
I'll have that up soon.
Get
probably.
that up.
I need to record a video for it and everything, but
cool, man.
yeah. So basically, I'm running this Twitch channel. As it turns out, my computer is over 4 years old at this point, and kind of
feeling its age a little bit.
Kind of showing its age a little bit. So I'm gonna actually type the link here right now.
It's like the fan's not quiet, stuff be lagging, I'm trying to render and I can't do anything else on it. All that.
There's the GoFundMe link right there. If you feel like dropping a few dollars my way, it'll help basically make it so that I can be more educational for everybody and stream for longer, because now I have to turn it off whenever my computer gets too slow.
Right.
Just generally be more effective in hopefully educating people about the process that I do to create music and that kind of thing.
Hey man, good deal. That's yeah, man. Everybody do the GoFundMe. Get it laid out so that Mike can take it to the next level. So that's hey, pretty sweet, man. Hopefully, good luck with the campaign. We'll pimp that too. I'll answer this question just real quick since it's an easy one. Fort Cigarillo says, do you guys have a Mega Man 8 collection? If you do, can I have the link? We do not have a Mega Man 8 collection, but we do have arrangements of music that are from Mega Man 8, so I will go ahead and link that up for him. But yeah, you can just, you can go to the search box and do Mega Man 8. And we'll probably get to this next week, but Phoenix Down says, what are features of the new OCR forums that you're most excited for? We don't have the blogs yet, but when we get the blogs, I'll be most excited for that. Custom avatars, that stuff is pretty cool. I don't know. I'm kind of waiting for more functionality when we do the workshop stuff and stuff like that. So that's kind of what my answer is on that. But we'll get some more staffers to talk about that at some other time. But only because we've been here for a while and we got to wrap it up. What's my stuff to plug? Like Daredevil on Netflix. Come on, bro. Like, what's going on? Get on it. Daredevil on Netflix is awesome. Like, I already went through it. I'm in the middle of House of Cards right now, season 3. That's gonna be tremendous. Trying to think what else. Oh yeah, I plugged on overclockrecords.com. Lightbur's new EP, The Moment That I Knew You. It is awesome. You gotta get it. This is tight. Go get it, overclockrecords.com. All of Lightburst stuff. They're a great duo. I love their material. You know, and OCRemix.org in general, just, you know, good free video game music remixes coming out on a regular basis. You know, we just had some really cool stuff by an artist named Light Pillar arranging Disco Train from Donkey Kong Country 2 in a disco style. So yes, yeah, Mike, you liked it, man.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, man. So it's got, like I said in my comments on it, it's got fun genre deprecating lyrics and stuff like that. Go cop it. And then previous to that, D-Dubs had his debut finally on OCR with a Mega Man 2 and 5 remix combining Flashman's theme with Stone Man's, called Flashman and the Sorcerer's Stone Man. It's pretty sweet. I mean, Mega Man meets Harry Potter. It's pretty tight. You gotta grab it. Everybody's really enjoying it. So
he pulled off the Harry Potter style just absolutely flawlessly. He
yeah,
really did.
I mean, and my wife loves that. She's got the first Harry Potter soundtrack on her, iPhone and stuff like that. She loves it, so I had her take a look. She was digging it. That's a good way to sneak Mega Man and video game music into the life of a Harry Potter, soundtrack, music fan, John Williams fan. So grab that one. That one is tight. Rob KTA debuted on OCR with Monsieur Mega from Rockman and Forte. Good stuff.
Rob KTA, really, really cool cat, too.
That's right, man. So, congrats to him. He's been waiting on this one for a while, so, good look. And if you're a fan of, say, Joshua Morse and kind of the funk style that he's done, definitely check out Rob KTA on this debut. Good stuff. We've actually had several Capcom mixes in a row. We have 4 in a row this past week and a half. So, cop all those. That's it. Just go to the front page, grab all the music, enjoy it. Thank you everybody for tuning in, asking your questions with hashtag OCR Talkback. Thanks of course to Will Rock, who was here earlier. Mike Birch Flex Style, Haroon Paracha, FF Music DJ, and then Jeremy Waters, Geoffrey Chaucer. Good talking with you folks. You guys are the bomb, of course. And, we'll see you guys next week or whenever the next time we do the Talkback. We're doing it Saturday nights. And now with the Form software, we have the calendar. So when we're going to be doing the Talkbacks, we're going to be promoting it. So it'll be a little easier to tell when we're going to be on. So keep an eye on that. That's a good Form feature, too. So, anyway, for all these OC remixers, I am non-OC remixer, Larry OG. And we out, man. Take care, y'all. Say bye, everybody.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace out.
Bye-bye.